The fire has burned 350 acres and is 40% contained as of right now. Cal Fire crews are still on scene mopping up.
And now, Action News Now Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
And Brian, we're in those red flag conditions right now, red flag warning conditions. I mean, it's dry, it's super extremely windy out there. What can you tell us about it all?
Yeah, I mean, the Gunnison fire, it reached 350 acres and it did so like that. Really fast because of the winds. They're very strong right now. And despite that fire, the forward progress has stopped. Despite that, we are still seeing windy conditions out there, which means the danger is not over. You're still going to want to keep an eye out for other fires. If you don't believe me how windy it is, just walk out the door or, hey, take a look at the camera. This is a live look from the North Forebay in Orville. Look at it. With the flag just kind of blowing around out there. The tree also, well, it just froze, but it was blowing around pretty strongly earlier, and the tree, of course, blowing in the wind. As we go ahead and take a look at the current relative humidity outside, still very dry out there. Whenever you see humidity values below 20%, that's very critical. That means all you need is a quick spark, and that's all it takes for your vegetation to catch fire. And that's what the humidity helps with. The wind is what helps spread that fire quickly, and that's what we're seeing, especially around Chico right now. Winds at about 29 miles per hour. Other areas in the valley are still pretty windy, gusting up to 40 miles per hour in some areas. Mountain regions not looking too bad, but the valley is certainly getting in on the wind. And the reason for that is a low pressure system to our east and a high pressure system to our west. Whenever we're situated between these two systems, we always see those strong north winds coming in here, causing some strong fire danger. And we're going to continue to see that weather set up through the next several days, through Monday. That's when the red flag warning will eventually expire, 6 p.m. on Monday. Until then, we're going to remain in high fire danger conditions. Gusty north to east winds coming in from the north at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting 35 to 40 miles per hour. And it's the wind gusts that really help fan those flames. And then you got humidity in the teens and single digits with very warm temperatures near 90 degrees. All of those things contribute to fire danger and can help spread fires quickly. The wind gust futurecast, we're still going to see some strong winds with us into the night. Once we go into 11 o'clock, still seeing winds gusting pretty strong in the valley. And as we go into tomorrow, we're going to see another day of winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour from the north. North winds are a downslope wind, so very dry as well. As we go later into the night on Sunday and into Monday, it won't be as windy, but will still be windy enough to keep that red flag warning in place until Monday evening. Once we get to Monday evening, winds will finally begin to calm down somewhat. So that is the good news. Current temperatures right now, that's when you can expect fire danger to somewhat subside, at least temporarily. Current temperatures right now in the valley sitting in the mid 80s, 60s to 70s in the mountain regions. Overnight lows tonight getting into the low 60s. So it's going to be a little bit of a warm night out there. Still got some clear skies, and highs tomorrow back into the upper 80s. May even see a 90 degree or two though by the time we get to Monday. But don't forget, tomorrow, it's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day, Mom. Of course, the weather will still be pretty hot and pretty windy out there, so if you do have any activities planned outdoors, keep that in mind. Very warm, very windy, and very sunny. If you want to be outside by the pool with your mom, maybe even get some sunscreen because the UV index is going to be pretty high. Look at tomorrow, 88 degrees for a high, 91 by the time we get to Monday, and then we're sitting in the mid-90s all the way through Thursday. That strong heat will eventually taper down at least somewhat as we get into the weekend with highs back into the 80s. As for Redding, we got a high of 86 for tomorrow, but almost to 98 degrees by Wednesday. So Wednesday is gonna be a hot one. It's gonna be just searing hot. So keep that in mind. It'll stay hot Tuesday through Thursday, so that's kind of going to be that little mini heat wave we're going to see. But once we get to Saturday, things should at least moderate somewhat as far as temperatures are concerned.
Man, I mean, all 90s across the board. And Brian, I did want to tell you that you're absolutely right. This fire just kept spreading. The Gunnison fire I'm talking about, you know, we continued to update people who went from 30 to 40 to 70, all of a sudden 200, 350.
Yeah, you know, you walk outside 1 minute, blue skies. You walk outside the next minute, you see nothing but smoke. So that's how quickly these things can take off, and that's why we always need to stay super vigilant during red flag warnings.
That's absolutely right. Thank you, Brian, and be sure to stay with us. We'll be right back.